if you followed Jeremy's career, if there's one thing he knew, that was cardio. And if it's one thing he's going to teach Tiffany, it's going to be cardio. So I can't wait to see Tiffany Morris's debut in this cage.
Yeah, it should be pretty exciting. Rox is in the cage, staying loose, staying warm, moving around a lot. I love to watch women fights, man. And come out here is something different. Like a good woman fight is that aggression is just, you can feel the intensity.
Absolutely. They all want it. They want to prove it.
Yeah.
I got to give a shout out to my buddy Jay Colligan, who's back in Charlottesville. This is a matchup of two University of Virginia alumnus, as he is. So hopefully Jay's checking us out on Go Sports for this encounter.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for three-minute rounds in the CageZilla female Bantamweight division. Starting out, fighting out of the red corner, standing 5'5" and weighing in at 138 pounds, fighting out of Yamasaki Academy, it's Rox Trujillo! And her opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, standing 5'5" and weighing in at 135 pounds, fighting out of the MMA Institute, it's Tiffany Reeves! Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for three-minute rounds of the CageZilla female Bantamweight division. Your referee is Michael Dolman.
Chad, I think Tiffany might have brought the larger crowd from the 2 hours away in Harrisonburg.
All the way up from Harrisonburg. Big crowd. I mean, MMA Institute, they travel. They're on this card often. They're used to it.
So Rox Trujillo coming out in the red tape gloves.
She
Starting
comes
off
out
hot.
throwing heavy. Comes in with that overhand, follows up.
Big leather thrown by Trujillo.
Catches a knee.
Yep.
Tiffany fights through it. Showing great resilience. Both ladies on their first fight here.
Rox trains with undefeated middleweight Oscar Jimenez, who has graced the CageZilla cage before. Tiffany Morris trains with CageZilla alumni Sarah Whitmore. So able to pull the advice from their respective coaches for this fight, hopefully.
Yeah, it's always it's a big advantage train with the team that has good experience.
Looks like Tiffany has settled down. She weathered the storm. She's landing some good shots of her own here with some kicks.
This is pretty much your typical first amateur fight. Come out like a buzzsaw, adrenaline dump, and now we see that training start to come out as things start to settle down. You're tired, took a few shots, you fall back on your training.
Rox with the nice clinch and takedown.
The takedown brings it down. See if she can turn that corner. She has that angle where she plays it right. She could take the back. She decides to, it's like she can't quite make her mind. She's bringing her hips around for the mount. And she's staying high.
Morris with a really smart move when she got taken down to move toward the cage to potentially set up that wall.
Yeah. Pretty much every school now is pretty adept at working the different nuances off the cage.
Full mount for Trujillo here.
She could change over to the armbar. She looked like she was thinking about it.
Didn't have it, gave it up.
Tiffany trying to come out the back door. Looks like she might sit up into a triangle.
Trujillo with that constant pressure right in front of our booth.
That's that armbar attempt.
Comes it on.
That's going to be a hard one. She didn't get her hips around enough, so she was trying to block the head off with just her shin.
And with just under a minute left, Morris took top control and got back up to her feet.
These ladies are getting after it. Oh, my goodness.
Big takedown right into full mount for Trujillo.
Down to full mount. She's getting warned for grabbing the cage.
I think that was the second warning in a short amount of time from referee Michael Dolman.
I mean, it's hard when you're right up on the cage and your hands are there. It's kind of just natural to grab it. It's the first fight. I'm not surprised.
Looks like Trujillo maybe has the makings of a head and arm choke if she could step over.
She's got to get her head down underneath that elbow and cut that angle. I'm not sure when she recognizes it. She's kind of more concerned with getting and that's the end of the round.
End of the round.
That was a hell of a first round.
Grueling pace by both fighters.
Yeah. Let's see if they can keep that up, or whether somebody caves to it in the second round.
Again, Jeremy Whitmore in the corner of Morris, getting ready to divulge some of the secrets that made him a success in his MMA career, albeit a short one, a very successful one.
Yeah, Tiffany showed some great toughness. She took some heavy shots right off the bell there. She was oftentimes fighting off the bottom. She kept moving the whole time, defended herself, looking for her openings.
I mean, from my untrained eye, and tell me if I'm wrong, I won't take offense. It looks
wrong.
like, okay, enough said. That's the staple for the whole night, isn't it? Fair enough.
Now, what were you going to say?
I don't even remember. I don't even remember. It has been shamed from my brain. All right, here we go with round 2. Another 3-minute round for these two ladies making their debut.
No glove touching for the second round. So she thanks her for not touching glove with the overhand right across the face.
Uses it to close the distance and then land a couple more for good measure in the clinch.
Back in on the clinch. I mean, Rox looks like the bigger fighter. She's leaning on Tiffany. So Tiffany's going to need that cardio.
Tiffany did a really good job circling just now, and then she circled herself right back against the cage.
Yeah.
Rox looks like not only the bigger fighter, but perhaps the stronger fighter as well. I mean, just kind of turning Morris around at will there.
Yeah, she's kind of turning her at will.
more of the ground and pound.
Yeah.
Full mount.
Picks that elbow to put her flat on her back. That was a smart move there. Morris trying to wall walk there to get out from underneath the mount, but she's kind of pushing herself away from the cage more so than walking around to get reversed. She leaves her arm out there. Rox keeps going for that arm bar, but she's not getting her hips around.
She doesn't commit.
Yeah. I mean, it's a scary thing early in the fight. If you're not used to winning matches off the bottom, you're not so apt to jump to that arm bar, because what happens if you lose it? So she's not trusting her jiu-jitsu, even though she's winning these exchanges.
Knee on belly for Trujillo, moving into that step over.
Back to mount.
More ground and pound.
Drop
Again, Morris against the cage, but not much she's been able to do from this position thus far.
And this is the worst way to be stuck on a cage, with your head in that pocket.
Is there a good way to be stuck on a cage?
I can't say that there is.
And Rox went for the wrong arm there, guys.
Yeah. I mean, Tiffany gave up her back to get out of a desperate situation. And now it looks like Rox is trying to sink in the rear naked choke, but she's not underneath the chin.
Yeah, it looks like it's right on the jaw, which is still uncomfortable. But
yes, and Khabib would tell you that it's still very possible to end somebody there. Looks like she's lost that completely. Retains the position. Climbs up.
Still got a hook, but and I got the second hook.
Climbs up the back there. She's kind of working a neck crank here. I'd say she probably should just switch to a gable grip.
That looked tight.
There.
That's the tap.
Yeah, that's
good hand fighting by Morris. Brought the hand down, but that just allowed Trujillo to slip that arm right under the chin and get the finish.
That's the type of finish you'd expect from a blue belt.
Yeah. Has some good control with the grappling. Both ladies came out tough fighters, very intense, just like I expected.
And I won't say tell me if I'm wrong again, but advise me if I'm on the right track. I mean, you got to have thin skin, especially in your debut, especially if it doesn't go your way. You got to just kind of brush that off, go back to the lab, and close those holes, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's what you have to do. That's what, but it's hard, man. Your first fight, you want to go out there. Everybody wants to win your first fight. But 50% of people that go in there are going to lose it. Right. So you gotta come back out. I mean, that's the game.
Trujillo is very interested in the visual mediums, meaning filmmaking, photography. I think this was a film-worthy performance by her tonight. Definitely showing that ground game, but also showing the stand-up to get into that clinch.
Then that overhand right she was throwing.
So we've got the final word here, and we'll go back up to Chris Fuller.
Michael Dolan has called a stop to the action 2 minutes and 21 seconds into the second round. For your winner, by rear naked choke, out of the red corner is Rox Trujillo!
Rox gets her hand raised with a big smile on her face.
Yeah, great way to start off the career.